Good day. We're going to do a discussion of owner financing, and let's start to the benefits to the buyer. Buyers may not qualify for a traditional mortgage. Deals can be done very quickly without a lender. Buyers with bad credit can buy. There's less closing fees. Now, some buyers have big income or good cash flow and lousy credit, and those buyers are more likely to consider a owner financing option if there is one. But any case, there's always in life terms or price. If you want a good deal, you pay cash. If you can't pay cash, you'll ask for terms. Sellers will likely get a better deal or higher purchase price if they sell it with owner financing, and the buyer gets a property that maybe they couldn't qualify for, or for whatever reason they didn't want to put in for their credit. Can you turn a deal into owner financing? The answer is no, but you can turn some deals into owner financings. Sellers generally want the money, and they're unlikely to do an owner financing deal. And some sellers just don't understand the benefits, and they're not likely to do a deal. Can you induce an owner financing deal? And the answer is absolutely. I've done it a few times. Make an offer the seller can't refuse, giving them a higher purchase price, giving them a larger down payment, offer a higher interest rate, use the buy here, pay here illustration. Basically, on the buy here, pay here at car dealers, they don't really want you to pay off the car. They want you to give them a down payment, take some payments, and then give them the car back so they can sell it again. Remind the seller that they keep the down payment and get the house back if the buyer defaults. And explain, in my opinion, that the documents can be written up by an attorney that the seller picks, and the buyer will pay the attorney fees and the closing fees. Now, this is just part of the negotiation. It's not an absolute, but if you're trying to induce a seller to do something that they wouldn't normally want to do, take away as much of the unease and uncertainty by offering to let them pick the attorney, and you pay the closing fees. Now, why don't owners want to do owner financing? They want the money. They're afraid the buyer won't pay. It's fear of the unknown. They heard bad stories. Seller might have to foreclose and get the home back. The buyer might have destroyed it. So there's a lot of reasons why sellers don't want to do owner financing. Sellers may have to pay tax on the sale, but now they can do a installment sale. If the seller cashes out, then they'll have to find a place to put the money. A seller who might never consider an owner financing deal might be someone who would lend on a property at a higher rate. If the seller cannot get a yield on the money that the buyer offers, they might consider an owner financing deal. And to illustrate it, let's say that the seller is only able to get 6% interest. If you offer them 8% interest on a property that they know very well because they own it, they might take an 8% return on a property that they didn't realize that they could get a better yield, get a down payment, and instead of having to find a place to put the money, they can leave the money in the property. A buyer is more likely to ignore home inspection issues. Seller won't likely have to make repairs. If a buyer can demonstrate they have the capital and intent to fix up the home, the seller will feel confident the buyer will improve the home. Just a warning, if a buyer has colorful credit history, don't put the property in their name. How do you make an owner financing offer on a property that is not offered owner financing? Write it up. If you create desirable terms, then it's possible that the buyer may consider it. So let's jump into the market right now and look at some owner financing deals that are out there and currently available. If you go on MLS for Pasco County, there's 4,662 properties available. Now, under financing available, there's a button called owner financing. And if you're a realtor watching this, please use this in your presentations to buyers. Now, there's other types of owner financing. There's a lease purchase. That adds another, giving us up to 64 possibilities. Lease option is a way to generate owner financing type of deals. Private financing, don't always know what that means, but we can certainly put it on the list to look at. And now we have Special funding. Let's throw that in there. That added 9. So we're at 92 properties available right now for possible owner financing. There's also assumable, but generally owner financing buyers have credit issues and assumable doesn't work. And there's other issues regarding assumable mortgage, and they're great. If you are FHA approvable and you have $100,000, we can go get you a FHA assumable loan, maybe at 2.5 or 3.5%. Generally speaking, FHA buyers don't have a lot of money down, but if I should do a whole video on that, it's just an amazing opportunity if you know about it. And generally, the public is not being sold on the opportunities there. But let's talk about real properties that are available. Now, we know there's 92 properties that have the opportunity that are already willing to do an owner financing consideration. Now, I'm going to assume that you don't want to pay HOA fees, and I'm also going to assume that you are not over 55, and I'm going to assume that you don't want flood zones, because I don't want to sell in flood zones. I don't want you to buy in flood zones. I don't think anyone should be paying flood insurance. So there are 24 properties that meet all of this criteria. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. In Dade City, $75,000. What we're going to look at first is the days on market. This has only been on the market for 6 days. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,296 square foot mobile home built in 1999. Now this will sell way higher if it was more attractive. So there you go. Oh my dear gosh. Oh my dear. Oh my gosh. Okay, Meredith Street, something to keep in mind. We can always look to see if they are offering terms, and they haven't stated any terms. So what I would do is just call them up and say, hey, how much down? How much a month? What are the terms? This one's $160,000. It's been on the market for 19 days. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I don't see it, but there it is. And wow. So $160,000. It's a half an acre. And my advice is to run away. Okay, Irene Loop is in an X500 zone. This property looks not so bad. $195,000. I can promise you, I can get you better deals if purchase price is a consideration. Could be rented for $1,450. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, no garage. Was remodeled several years ago. They're not telling you what the terms are. Remember, owner financing is generally from properties that they can't sell. If they could sell them, they would. If they can't sell them, then they'll offer them with owner financing. All right, here we have a property. It's a quarter to a half an acre, $205,000. This property's been on the market for 270 days. And there's a reason why it hasn't sold. And because it looks okay, I'm going to guess. Oh, look, there's a better picture. I was going to say they should turn the camera sideways. Wow, what is that? Well, I don't believe it's on the water, but it sure has a picture of water. Oh, they're just showing you Moon Lake Park. Yeah, it's very nice. That's a 99-acre lake. It's very nice. Good fishing. Anyway, this is $205,000. So this is going to be way overpriced, and that's why they're offering it for owner financing. 270 days on the market this time, 1,066 days overall. 12th Avenue. Okay, that's funny. This is my listing. This one is being offered at 25% down, 12% interest. The seller is looking for short-term, 12-month kind of financing. So if you're selling your property and you're looking to buy something else, this type of short-term financing with these high interest rates are an opportunity. $235,000, Hillendale, no flood zone. It's actually a pretty good location. 105 days on the market, currently leased. So this one has a tenant in it. $259,000. Been on the market for 195 days. And for this price, we can get you it. Oh, wow, it's pretty nice. For this price, we can likely get you 1 acre. 1 acre is magical because if it's zoned agricultural, you can have horses, and horse properties generally sell for more than regular agriculturally zoned properties. $260,000, been on the market for 201 days, likely overpriced, and they are offering owner financing because they don't have a choice. This one, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, no garage, community boat ramp, and they are not telling us what the terms are. Larry Road, this is a 1-acre property. And like I said, 1-acre property means horses. $279,000. I have a 1-acre property for $312,000. It's 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and over 2,000 square feet. And this one is a attractive property. Larry Road's a great street, paved road. I just pondered with wisdom of paying that price. And like we discussed, when they can't sell them, they're likely to offer owner financing. $280,000, $290,000 really. Lake Drive in Moon Lake, $300,000. And this is only a quarter an acre, but this is a brand new 2025 home. Let's see what 2025 homes look like inside. Wow, this really is actually quite nice. Look, that was smart. Raise the AC. There's Moon Lake Park. No interior pictures. Look at that. No interior pictures. 194 days on the market. We're going to race through these. Zephyr Hills, 315. Charmwood, 320,000, 7 days on the market. Wesley Chapel, 335, 407, 419. Odessa, great location. Odessa's in both Hillsborough County and in Pinellas County. Pasco County. Dade City, $850,000. Now, I think in real estate terms, this is called I like it. All right, we're not going to go any higher. We're going to go ahead and wind this up. I'm Randal Jenkins. I am a realtor. I'm also a mortgage loan officer, and I buy houses too if you have an interest in selling something. I appreciate you watching my video. Let me see if I can jump back into here and wave goodbye. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Call me with anything real estate related or mortgage related. And if you want to sell something, happy to look at it as a buyer or to sell it for you. Take care. Have a great day.